question is, what is the thing you remember most about Three Kings Day?
I remember waking up in the morning, and my mom would always make us oatmeal, which is farina. And then we would sit around, we'll talk. My grandmother would be there, my abuela, my abuelos. And we would just open up each other's gifts and just sit around the table and just talk about the good old times, being small and whatnot.
So my second question is, what kinds of things would you do to prepare for Three Kings Day?
Around 4 o'clock in the morning, my mom would always put pork in the oven, a pernil. So we'll have dinner, rice, ajo con habichuela, potato salad, ensalada de papa. We'll have my aunts, uncles, cousins over. And then we would hang like decorations around the whole house.
Ah, festive.
Very.
Are there any kinds of special treats you remember growing up? You know, the kinds of special treats you would get to have.
Like food?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have this this fruit. Well, it's not even a fruit. It's oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. Ajo con dulce.
Ah.
And it's like almost like oatmeal with cinnamon in it, but it's more of a dessert versus an appetizer or dinner.
Ah.
So that's one of my favorite, ajo con dulces.
So it's pretty much like
That's a
sweet,
treat. That's a sweet.
Like a very sweet cinnamony oatmeal.
Yeah. Yep.
Ah.
Mhm. And we only eat it like on Christmas, New Year's Eve, or Three Kings Day.
Ah. So like what kinds of like things did you do to like celebrate, you know, like any special like feasts, dinners?
Yeah, well, my family will come over, like my aunts, uncles, my cousins. We'll play salsa, bachata, merengue music. We'll dance. We'll eat. Like I said, we have a bunch of foods. Guineos, which are like bananas, plátanos, plantains.
So, are there any kind of ways that you would think in like sense of things that like I don't know, how can you do are there any ways you can relate Three Kings Day to Christmas? Like any kind of
I mean, yeah, it's basically the same as Christmas, except for Three Kings Day, it's my family gets more together than on Christmas. Like some can't make it Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, but definitely on Three Kings Day, that's when like my cousins and uncles travel from New York to New Jersey. My aunt comes out from Ellis. We reunite more on Three Kings Day.
So that was definitely something you could look forward to.
Definitely, yeah. So the ones that some of the family that I don't see, my grandmother, she actually lives in Puerto Rico, so she comes down here, the end of December, which she just got here yesterday. Yeah, she just got here yesterday. So then my grandmother and my grandfather that are from Sidra, Puerto Rico, are down here. So that's something exciting.
Definitely.
Mhm.
I mean, because you only get to see them once, twice a year.
Once or twice a year, maybe. Yep. Sometimes in the summer, and then definitely Three Kings Day.
Huh.
Mhm.
I can kind of relate with my aunt, uncle, and my older cousin on my mom's side. I really can only see them in the summer and around Christmas. So it's definitely a treat for me.
Yeah, that's a treat for me, especially my grandmother. You know, no one knows how to cook better than your grandmother.
Yeah. You can say that because it's usually true.
Yeah.
Like, are there any ways that things you do differently now to prepare for Three Kings Day, or is it the same, pretty much the same things you did growing up?
It's pretty much the same thing growing up, except we're all older now.
Yeah.
And then there's a new generation.
Yeah.
To introduce Three Kings Day. Like I have my son's 4 months, so this is his first Three Kings Day.
Huh?
So we'll get all dressed up, and we'll all meet at my mom's house.
Well, it being his first Three Kings Day, something that's even more special. That makes
Yeah.
it even more special.
So we'll sit down, we'll pray, we'll light candles up, and we'll introduce them to Three Kings Day.
Ah.
Mhm.
Are there any sort of like different kind of like treats that your children will have or end up having
On Three Kings Day?
on Three Kings Day? Yeah. So anything different, really?
Not really.
Yeah.
No. Mm-mm. It will
Yeah,
be
I
all
wasn't
be the
really
same.
Yeah, I wasn't really expecting much of a difference,
Yeah.
but it's always good to ask anyway.
Mhm.
Like growing up, what was your favorite part of Three Kings Day?
Growing up, obviously, is opening up my gifts.
Yeah, I think that's every child's favorite part.
Opening up the gifts, just
Aside from-
knowing that I'm expecting something, knowing
Yeah.
that I'm gonna get something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always my favorite part of Christmas, aside from seeing my aunts and uncles on my dad's side, who really, again, I only see once or twice a year. My birthday and Christmas.
Mhm. See, it's kind of an advantage for us too, because the people that couldn't make it on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve, or whatever, due to the situation, they couldn't give out gifts to to the kids or whatnot. We make that up on Three Kings Day.
Yeah.
For instance, this year, my little brother, he couldn't get the kids gifts. So he's like, oh, I can't get no gifts this year, but definitely for Three Kings Day. So it's just like a makeup day for us.
Yeah, either that or the kids get double the presents.
Or that, yep, either or.
Yeah. In what ways is Three Kings Day important to you?
It's important to me because it's my culture. It's like part of the Hispanic heritage.
Yeah, so it's a great way
It's
to like.
dedicated to, I guess,
It's a
the
great way-
Hispanics.
Yeah, it's a great way to like teach your kids what the kind of things you did growing up.
Definitely.
So the tradition can go on and on throughout the generations.
Exactly.
Do you do any traveling for Three Kings Day?
Do I do any traveling?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I haven't traveled for Three Kings Day. But if ever we did, it would probably be if my grandparents could not make it down to Hartford. Then we would take Three Kings Day to Puerto Rico. Mhm.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Actually, at my school, considering there's so many people from different cultures, I know a lot of people who actually have relatives in Puerto Rico. And actually, my friend Ashia has a couple of ponies down in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, like I have land in Puerto Rico.
Ah.
Mhm.
Now that's always a good thing to have.
Yeah, so I could go build, and it's always hot and nice out there.
Yeah.
The majority of the time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, I don't do much traveling except going to Maine.
My aunt was the first woman that I found at growing up that they told me she was the first woman who put up the Puerto Rican flag
In the
in
United-
Puerto Rico.
Ah,
Mhm. My dad's sister.
that seems so odd because most people in the United States, or here anyway, do that. So, it's just
She was the first one. I think her name was like maybe Maria Bersetti. I'm not sure, but the last name is Bersetti.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So did you do any traveling for Three Kings Day when you were younger?
Yeah, I actually lived in Puerto Rico for a good amount of my life until I was about birth to 6 years old.
Huh.
So yeah.
Well, it must have been a big change for you, at the age of 6, leaving a place you're so familiar with and going to somewhere completely different.
Especially the language barrier. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
like the hardest.
Yeah. The plus side is Spanish, and I believe is the second most spoken language in the United States.
I think so too.
So that kind of gave you an advantage, knowing that there's lots of people who are bilingual.
Mhm.
And actually, I learned from TV, from the thing I saw on TV, that Justin Bieber actually is bilingual. He speaks English and French.
Oh, look at that.
So that's pretty interesting.
A lot of
Knowing
Hispanics start off teaching their kids Spanish, and then eventually when they go to school or down the line, we pick up English.
Ah.
So it's easier to pick up English than Spanish.
I
So right now, my kids, I speak to them in Spanish. And then eventually, when they go to school or, at home, I'll start dating English to them. speaking in English with them.
I'd agree with you in the sense it's really hard to try to just completely like change languages. Because I have Spanish class 2 or 3 times a week for like, I don't know, like 45 minutes or something like that.
And
So
it's confusing. The Spanish that they teach in school is different from the Spanish that I speak at home. Like they're more proper in school, which is good. Versus the Spanish that I would speak at home with, you know, to my mom or my grandmother.
Yeah. That was a random interruption.
Gotta wrap it up. Any more questions?
I believe that would be it. I had a very good time interviewing you.
And I enjoyed myself as well. Thanks, Chloe.
You're welcome.